What's up everybody? Today we're going to start a brand new video series where we discuss the topics of weightlifting. Today specifically we're going to start with weightlifting 101, the basics. In this video today we're going to go over some concepts of weightlifting along with some foundation exercises that I think everyone should do. Whether you are brand new, like a complete newbie when it comes to weightlifting, or you've been doing it for a while and you kind of want to understand why you are doing things, maybe you're doing things. The reason why I believe these exercises we're going to go over today are really central, really good in terms of setting your foundation is because I believe that if you set your foundation properly, then it will set you up for future success. We make these videos because we really want people to live their best quality of life as possible. That could mean just having a little bit more energy so you can spend more time with your loved ones, or you want to do something really extreme like you want to climb Mount Everest. For us, we want you to be capable, right, to live a life that you want to live and really enjoy the experiences that life has to offer. So we're going to share a lot of our experience, our knowledge, in this YouTube series to kind of help you go on that journey. With that said, let's start from the top. Where do you start? Whether you are brand new or even if you have a little bit of experience. One of the first questions you have to ask yourself is, why am I doing this? By implementing something such as weightlifting into your life, it has to serve some form of a purpose. So asking yourself that question, I think, is super important. So once you kind of decided on what your purpose is and why you want to do this, next is what do you have to do, right? What kind of weightlifting movements do you have to do to get there? This is where we're going to cover a little bit of some concepts, and I'll also give you some exercises, some foundation exercises for you to do right off the bat. When you're just starting out weightlifting, I think it's really important to understand the concept of force. The concept of force is really important because I think it also helps you dictate in terms of what you need to do, right, to serve your purpose. There's forces in all different directions, but the main ones are forward, back, right, up, down, and then you have a hinge along with a press. We can't ignore core strength. And core strength is not just the abs, right? The core is actually a larger area which composes of the abs, the obliques, the lower back, and the upper part of your glutes and quads. The 6 foundation exercises I'm giving you today is going to cover all those directions of force. All right, let's go over the very first one. For me, I think this is a very important exercise because I think this exercise is very functional in everyday life, and that is the deadlift. The deadlift is a hinge movement, right? You're gonna be hinging at the hips. Why do I think this is important is because in almost everyday life, we do something where we have to hinge downward and then come back up. It could be simple as picking something up from the floor, sitting on a toilet, anything along those lines, you're hinging at the hip. You may have heard out there that deadlifts are dangerous and could easily cause an injury. And I don't believe that that's true. I think any movement with the wrong adaptation will cause an injury. And it could be simple as a push-up or as complex as a deadlift. If you've never done a deadlift before, I would really highly recommend consulting a coach. It'll be really helpful to make sure that you get that down right because it is such an important movement, in my opinion, when it comes to your everyday life. The second foundation exercise is the squat. We all squat. Everybody squats. That's why it's one of the foundation exercises that you should do. One of the things about squat is it's actually a downward force. And I know that may not make sense because you're technically moving your body away from the ground, you're lengthening your body, but what you're actually doing is you're actually pressing into the ground, and the ground is pressing back with the same amount of force. And by pressing into the ground, you're able to then extend your body. So it's actually a downward pressure that you're applying. Squatting is quite a complex exercise. It actually uses 2 joints to actually perform the movement, where many exercises like a bicep curl only uses 1. So it's a little bit more complex. So if you've never done a proper squat before, just like before, I do highly recommend either hiring a coach or do a lot of YouTube video research. The third exercise is gonna be some form of a chest press. And this is gonna cover the forward force, right? You could use a barbell, dumbbell, a plate, a ball, really doesn't matter, just some form of a forward press. The fourth exercise is gonna be some form of a row movement. You could use dumbbells, barbells, machines, there's plenty of options available, and with a row, it's gonna cover the backwards force, right? Force going that way. The fifth exercise is gonna be some form of an overhead press. That's where you press directly up and above over your head. Depending on your mobility of your shoulders, it may affect the angle of your arms. And then there are many different tools that can help you get some of that mobility to where your arms could be in line with your spine. And just like many other exercises, you can also use different tools to help you do so. And finally, we're talking about core. The exercise that I highly recommend is gonna be the hollow. The hollow not only engages the abs, but also the obliques, the lower back, the glutes, and a little bit of your upper quad. All 6 exercises I named today can be modified in many different formats. You can also use different tools ranging from barbell to dumbbell to kettlebell to a ball to a plate to almost anything, to a band. So there's a lot of different ways for you to implement these type of movements and the directions of force into your training plan. I know if this sounds confusing, don't worry. I will go over in detail many of the different concepts of each different movements and directions of force in future videos. I hope you found this video and the contents of this video helpful to help you start off your weightlifting journey in order for it to help you propel your life to a place that you want to be. If you have any questions or comments, please leave that below. If you like the contents of the video today and you want to see more, please feel free to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.